This is Jacob with the Gorram Nerd Hour. I am here with Danielle Harris, best known for the Halloween films, but she has definitely got a huge resume on top of that. In fact, I think the first thing that I remember you for was The Last Boy Scout, which
non-horror.
I loved that movie though. I thought it was great. It was just so much fun. It was, you know, kind of that ridiculous, over-the-top action, and you know the way that they had, you know, the idea of like putting the daughter into the whole action thing too. You know, especially with as young as you were, and that it was so much fun to see.
Yeah.
And
with the bad mouth and all.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I loved that whole bit.
Thank you.
And then of course Halloween 4 and 5 was what really kind of put you on the map when it comes to, especially with horror, and I know you've continued on with that since.
Yeah.
You know, with being in the remakes and everything, what was it like as a child being best known for essentially playing, like, you know, someone who's related to Michael Myers?
I think as a child you don't have any idea what the hell's going on. You know, like, I mean, you're 10, you like don't really know what adults understand of the Halloween franchise, and there's no really relation to, oh, I'm Michael Myers' serial killer's niece.
Yeah.
It was more or less like, oh, yay, I get to be in a movie, and this is really fun, and I get to do fun stunts, and I get to not go to school for 3 months, and I get to stay up really late at night and order French fries on room service, and you know what, like other 10-year-olds kind of think of. I didn't really put two and two together until I got much older.
Now, with Halloween 6, they ended up recasting your character. Was that were you not available at the time, or?
No, I was actually, and was planning on doing it, but there was a bit of an issue with. It's kind of a long story. There was a bit of an issue with salary stuff and kind of people getting involved that weren't necessarily on my side, so it didn't end up happening.
And then, of course, being in the remake of Halloween and Halloween 2, which that had to be kind of fun to come in and play a different character with a totally different take.
For sure. I mean, the same movie that started my career in 1989 relaunched it 20 years later, essentially. So it was pretty awesome.
And then, of course, you're also involved with another major franchise now with the Hatchet movies.
Right.
You know, and that was something where you ended up taking over a role from Tamara Feldman.
Right.
And what was that like, stepping into an already established character?
I think it would have been harder if it was her stepping into my shoes, because I already kind of had that fan base of it, and I think she would have been more judged for it, where my fans were sort of like, "Ooh, yay, you get to be on screen again." So a bit more elbow room, for lack of a better word, I think, and more acceptance to come into that role.
And I want to ask you also about Among Friends, which was your directorial debut.
Yes.
What was that like, finally kind of moving behind the camera?
It's been long overdue, I think. It's what I'm most comfortable doing, and I love it, and it's really fun and furious and fast and ferocious, and I'm better. I like in front of the camera, but I think my heart is really more behind the camera right now. It's a bit more creative and in all aspects.
Okay. And I know right before we started doing the interview, I was talking to you a little bit about See No Evil 2, which you're going to be starring opposite Catherine Isabel.
Right, yeah.
And it's for the Twisted twins, Jen and Sylvia Soska.
Yeah.
And how did you end up getting involved with that one?
Actually, my assistant Logan, who is amazing, just said to me one day, you know, the twins, because I loved American Mary, the twins are doing See No Evil 2, and I was a really big fan of the first one, and I loved Kane, and he said he's doing the second, you know, they're doing the second one, and you should do it.
High fashion T&A tonight.
Something going on over there. And
counterculture fashion show and the Scream Queen contest. Now there's been a little change.
Yeah, we'll probably just wrap it up, because last time
this happened, it messed up the mic. We'll have the counterculture fashion.
Oh, no.
So I'll just do a quick little wrap up right after.
As soon as you start talking, I'll finish up this little.
And panel room
Stop in a
B
second.
will have at 7 p.m. the Scream Queen contest. I think maybe I should enter.
From the crypt. Okay, so to wrap it up, I basically seeked them out and I called my manager, called their manager, politics, and we had a lunch together and just totally hit it off. And I didn't know that I would be able to be cast because it was mostly Canadian actors, and we managed to finagle and maneuver and switch things around, and I was able to play the female lead. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else that you're working on as far as possibly directing in the future?
I've just optioned a script. We closed on Friday. I can't say anything yet because the paper's not signed.
Okay.
But the plan is to go into production on that movie after I get married. So I'm getting married in January. So February, March-ish, start production on that movie.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. I really appreciate it.
Anytime.
And that should do it.